Oh, yuck. This cat stinks. It's no good no more. Hey, LOLZ. Why don't you come shoot some hoops with the old man?
Okay.
Dick.
Hi, I'm Danny Nightmare.
And I'm LOLZ.
And we're Horror Addicts. And tonight, we're going to be reviewing
STEPFATHER 2.
Make Room for Daddy. Two years ago, we did the Stepfather reboot. Last year, we did the original Stepfather. And tonight, we're going to be doing the 1989 sequel to the original Stepfather 2. Directed by Jeff Burr, he did Pumpkinhead 2, Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 3, Leatherface. He did Puppet Masters 4 and 5, and a bunch of kids shows like Land of the Lost and Beetleborgs. Didn't Beetleborgs have some weird Dracula and like Ghost and yeah, Wolfgang, yeah, weird, Frankenbean, I don't know. That's weird but cool. I guess that's his way of doing both. Terry O'Quinn is back as Jerry.
And he guess he didn't die somehow.
No, somehow he didn't die.
No reason.
He's impaled, but
no supernatural stuff.
We slashers, we're just hard to kill. And after escaping an asylum up here in the Seattle area, he flees down to California. So he takes on a whole brand new identity. This time he's Gene. Excuse me, he's Dr. Mean Gene.
Mean Gene.
Well, what'd you think?
Think of what?
You know, Dr. G.
Movie starts off pretty fairly. He racks up 3 kills on his escape. And he gets there and he's a psychiatrist, a family counselor, a marriage counselor? I don't know. Only the women show up. And it's kind of like a group therapist type thing, even though they call him a psychiatrist. I call him a quack. We all know he's not really a doctor.
Well, I gotta tell you, Carol thinks you're some kind of genius head shrinker. You don't sound convinced.
But he does have a lot of experience in group therapy, I'm sure.
Yeah, when it was cutting them into tiny little pieces.
Yeah, or, you know, stabbing your own therapist. The second movie in the series is a little unsung, seeing it's pretty star-studded. As we said, Terry O'Quinn comes back, but not only him, we have Carolyn Williams from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 and Devil's Rejects and tons of other horror movies. She plays Maddie, a very suspicious male woman who is also best friends with Carol, who's played by Meg Foster. You might remember her from They Live. Well, she's recently separated and she's got a son, Jonathan Brandis.
Yep, he's from the original It.
Yep. Also like Ladybugs and Sequest, but we don't really care about that.
Nobody cares.
And this is movie's Todd, and you know, he's going through some emotional struggles dealing with his dad leaving, and you know, he needs a father figure.
Or does he?
Thankfully, Dr. Mean Gene is on the case. You know, teaches him how to throw a ball against a wall, annoyingly. Well, one of our problems with this movie, however, it's not a horrible movie, but we got a problem with it. Well, a few of them. Just like the reboot, though.
Yeah.
What is our problem with it?
He's not a stepfather.
Not even a stepfather, just like in the reboot. In the original, he was married, he was the stepfather, it made sense. In this one, he's alone, and we're like, okay, well, maybe if he gets halfway through the movie, he'll become the stepfather, and it's all fine. Nope. Throughout the entire movie, he never actually becomes the stepfather.
And he was this close to it. He would have gotten
close.
He would have gotten away with it. He would
have got away with it if it wasn't for that meddling, whistling kid. We'll get to that. Now, you know, for those with younger children, there is some violence in this movie. However, it's a little more tame than the original. There is some blood in the end and a big fight, but no one actually dies with all that blood. It's just a big old battle. There is one sex scene, but you don't see any actual nudity.
It's just implied.
It's implied, and you know, it's a little awkward when you're watching it with your kids, so keep that in mind. There's also some inappropriate storytelling that involves humming.
Likes me to hum when I kiss him down below.
Anyways, Mean Gene has passed away with Meg. He's made it good with Todd. He's about to, you know, really get this relationship going when real dad shows back up. He apparently left the family for some 22-year-old, but now he's back, and we learn about him that he's a shitty dentist as well as a dad, right?
Also, he doesn't take care of his own teeth because he smokes and drinks alcohol.
Yeah, and we all know smoking is horrible for your teeth. Well, Gene's not happy about this, of course, so he tells Carol that maybe he should talk to a man-to-man and see what his intentions are. Well, there's a weird, like, pun metaphor battle between therapist and dentist.
Phil, when a tooth is dead, you pull it out. You don't just hope it'll get better.
Which, you know, neither of them are really doctors as far as I'm concerned.
Dentists and psychiatrists. I clean teeth. You listen to sob stories. It's not like we're dealing with life and death.
Then after they come to some sort of agreement, it's time to break out the champagne. But now there's a body to be hid, so where does he go?
The garbage dump.
Yep, he's gonna dump his ass. Literally. Seems like not the best way to get rid of a body, but you know, I guess it all gets put away in a nice tight little package, so good.
Yeah.
Worked out.
The whole scene was a little bit compacted, though.
How do I know he won't come back again?
Phil? I don't think he'll come back this time.
Now, everything is set to go. They're engaged, they're gonna get married. Oh, pesky mail lady once again, though, snooping through mail.
And finds out he was once black.
Yeah, find out Mean Gene's supposed to be black and a basketball player. He's got a high school reunion to go to. Now, Terry O'Quinn is pretty crafty in most of these movies, but apparently he can't really come up with a good plan, so he just asks, hey, can you buy me some time? I'll tell her the truth, I swear, and she falls for it. Why do people meet, like, one-on-one when they have this type of blackmail? It's like, shouldn't they just go and show whoever the evidence they need to?
No offense, because someone has blackmail, that's the reason to, well...
Yeah, of course.
That's actually one of the main reasons to kill somebody.
Gene, not a man to usually go to bed with a woman before marrying them, but he decides that he's gonna have to because he's gonna need to sneak out at night and go out and check his mail, his blackmail.
Yeah.
After one of the funniest cat scares you ever see in a movie. Dumpster cat. Like, why was that cat in the garbage? Did she just pick up her cat and say, this cat no good no more, and just tossed it in there? Because he was in the garbage. Garbage falls over, it scares her. And a cat comes out like, huh, just in the garbage again, you know? I like to pretend I'm Scrooge McDuck and swim in trash, though. Okay, cat.
No, I think it's a random hobo cat.
Maybe it's just an old cat and like it fell asleep and she thought it was dead, so she threw it away, and then it's like, hey, I'm not really dead, you crazy lady. I don't know. We'll never know. It's one of the mysteries of this movie.
It's one of the biggest horror movie quizzes of all time.
The real tragedy here is Maddie is wearing a god-awful outfit that matches her god-awful house paint. And she probably decided to fucking kill herself. But she had a little cold feet about it, so Dr. Gene decided to, you know, be a good therapist and really help her face those fears.
And you could say she was saved by the stepfather.
Saved by the stepfather, indeed. Although, when exiting a crime scene, you should probably not be whistling Dixie. Yeah, Gene was lucky enough that the only person that saw him leaving the house was a blind man, but he had to be whistling a tune that he whistles all the time. In fact, he taught Todd how to whistle that tune.
And when he reacted to him, he's like, the smartest thing I could do is run!
Run away!
That would make me look suspicious.
Who's there?
But hey, you know, even though her best friend died, he managed to tell her to push through. Let's have this wedding, so they're gonna do it. It's gonna be glorious. But everybody knows it's bad luck to see your bride on the day of the ceremony before your actual wedding. Yeah, you see, what gave it away was that whistling we said. Todd started whistling, and she's like, who taught you that? Well, Gene taught me that. And then she looked at her champagne, and she's like, that's the same champagne Maddie drinks.
And then she did a lot of math in her head.
And she finally came to the conclusion.
After 3 hours.
1 + 1 equals...
3.
What turns into some pre-wedding jitters goes into a full-out brawl. Thankfully, Todd realizes it's hammer time.
Yeah, and nobody can touch him.
Even though no one dies, it's a whole bloodbath, and nobody comes to help because everybody's apparently in the main hall 2 different floors away and down a huge hallway from this big fight, even though the presents were right there and you'd think it would be in the room next door. Apparently it wasn't, and nobody came to their help. Broken-hearted, because not only did his wedding not go to plan, but they destroyed
That cake! That is the saddest thing. I don't care about all those deaths. Who cares about death?
Speaking of cake, the weird poster where it shows the cake, it shows all of their characters on it, but there's also a random dog.
And a daughter.
A daughter, like a little girl. Like, were they supposed to be in this movie? Did they just make the poster and not realize that they cut them out of the film? Or
Did we get an old poster?
maybe they made the poster first because they just wanted to use the tagline that Daddy's cutting more than just cake. So yeah, this movie racks up no actual nudity, just one awkward sex scene, and 5 deaths, plus a big bloody battle in the end where no one technically dies, but it's hella violent. We're kind of on the fence with this movie. We like it, but it's not great, it's not bad. It's more or less the same as the original. If you really like the original, then we're gonna have to say you should see it. However, if you didn't like the original, you're probably definitely not gonna like this one, so maybe you should just skip it. And a quick little shout out to the sound mixer of this movie. Yes, we saw you in the credits, you did not get past us. To David Bad Dad Brownlow. Great job, buddy.
Great name as well. Who named you that great name? I mean, seriously, having the word bad dad in it. Stepfather in space.